Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So are we going to see a cataclysmic market event in the coming weeks? Well, I think, in order to gauge that, we really have to take stock in what's going on in the world and, how it could affect the financial system. As you guys are probably noticing, as every day goes on, we are noticing something else occur. And I noticed this tweet here from Jim Rickards. The neo-fascist and globalist regimes are falling like dominoes. So just to get into some politics here, Sri Lanka, UK, and Italian elites have fallen in recent days. Pakistan fell tonight. Let's hope Trudeau and Biden are not far behind. Time to clean house. And, some people were responding to this thread here saying that the world elites are actually just replacing some of these unpopular politicians with another globalist stooge, as mentioned by Novindu here on Twitter. So not actually replacing globalists with real, honest politicians. I don't know if that's an oxymoron or not. Nevertheless, they are just replacing them with more WEF upgrades, as mentioned here by JX003R on Twitter. I think regardless, though, what is happening here right now is causing turmoil not just in world global politics, but in financial markets. I think this is a very uncertain time, guys, and, it is affecting global markets. Like, for example, this from Gold Telegraph here on Twitter. India will launch its first international bullion exchange on Friday. So this was just released a couple of days ago, but they plan on doing it this Friday, PM Modi, to launch international bullion exchange on July the 29th. So he is saying the country will launch their first bullion exchange at Gujarat International Finance Tech City on Friday. He will also lay the foundation stone of the Unified Regulator International Financial Services Centers Authority's headquarters building. The Indian Prime Minister, during his visit, will launch the India International Bullion Exchange, which will facilitate efficient price discovery with the assurance of responsible sourcing and quality, apart from giving impetus to the financialization of gold in India, according to a statement. This shall empower India to gain its rightful place in the gold bullion market and serve the gold value chain with integrity and quality. This also reinforces the commitment of the government of India towards enabling India to be able to influence global bullion prices as a principal consumer, the statement said. So, India, a large consumer of gold, and, if they put this into place, this is going to, I think, solidify their position on the world stage with regards to gold holdings. Now, we know India and Russia have already kind of banded together, and not just those two countries, other BRICS countries as well, banded together to replace the world reserve currency and create their own world reserve currency, whether it's a basket of currencies utilizing their current fiat currencies, or even whether it's something completely new, a digital currency of sorts. They are looking to replace the US dollar as the world reserve currency, at least within their economies. And so is it of any surprise now that we're seeing, India saying they're going to launch an international bullion exchange? I have a feeling, considering what Putin did a few months ago, wanting to tie the ruble to gold, I have a feeling gold is going to be a huge part of this. Now we're seeing news of this. Also, the Prime Minister will launch the NSE IFSC CGX Connect. Under this system, all orders on Nifty derivatives placed by members of Singapore Limited Exchange will be routed and matched on the NSE IFSC order matching and trading platform. The Connect platform will deepen liquidity in derivatives markets at the brokerage firm. So India looks like they are stepping up and making a concerted effort to make this happen and make this an integral part of a new financial system that could influence global trade. Well, I think in some capacities it will influence global trade, but I guess they got to start small. One of their biggest trading partners is Russia. So I guess we'll see how this goes. What is it going to mean for the United States and for, European markets? Well, this is all kind of up for debate. We've got global elites trying to crash a system that they created. And on the sidelines, guys, we've got RippleNet, XRP, the XRP ledger, just waiting to be let out of the gate. We also have this, another interesting point that I wanted to make here with regards to Kraken, another U.S. exchange, a U.S. crypto exchange, being investigated by the U.S. Treasury Department. This was brought to me by XRP Crypto Wolf. Kraken is under investigation for alleged sanctions violations. The New York Times reported that Kraken allegedly allowed Iranian users onto the platform. So, crypto exchange Kraken is reportedly under investigation by the Treasury on suspicion of allowing Iranian users to utilize the site's services in violation of federal sanctions. The New York Times reported Tuesday that the Treasury Department was likely to impose a fine against the exchange, though it did not suggest a timeline for the enforcement action. Kraken sent CoinDesk a statement, and they said Kraken has robust compliance measures in place and continues to grow its compliance team to match its business growth. Kraken closely monitors compliance with sanctions, laws, and, as a general matter, reports to regulators even potential issues. This coming from Santori, who is Marco Santori, Chief Legal Officer over there at Kraken. A recent Reuters investigation found that crypto exchange Binance continued to allow Iranian users to place trades despite the sanctions and a company ban on doing business there. Federal sanctions have long been a tool for the U.S. government. So this is the point, right? The U.S. government uses sanctions to control the economy. But now, with crypto exchanges like Binance, like Kraken, who are in fact licensed to do business in the U.S., the U.S., their federal Treasury Department legislation states that, okay, you've got to abide by the law in order to control potential bad acting transactions. So, in this case, it's Iran, and earlier on, right, the U.S. was trying to utilize SWIFT to control Russian transactions. They wanted to cut Russia off from SWIFT altogether. So all these bodies that have agreed to be able to, conduct business in the U.S., they have to abide by these regulations. But, one of the restrictions is you cannot let these bad actors utilize your platforms to conduct transactions. And so, with regards to these crypto exchanges, this is becoming a new problem, and potentially why Gary Gensler wants to now focus on crypto exchanges rather than particular cryptocurrencies. Anyway, all part and parcel to where the U.S. is losing control, where they feel like they need to continue to crack down on companies like Kraken and Jesse Powell. So we're going to keep an eye on this. Obviously, this is also having an impact on the current state of finance and markets around the world. Meanwhile, we've got Ripple Partners continuing to forge partnerships, guys. I saw this from Matthew Lany. Rocket Fuel has announced new B2B cross-border settlement solution. So Rocket Fuel, if you guys don't know, they are partnered with ACI, who is a Ripple partner. So they have a secondary partnership through that connection. Rocket Fuel Blockchain Inc., a global provider of payment solutions via ACH bank transfers, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies, announced today that it has successfully launched its new B2B cross-border settlement solution, which facilitates settlements between B2B entities using stablecoins like USDT and USDC. The solution utilizes a combination of digital and fiat currencies to enable fast, reliable, compliance cross-border settlements. Settlement is automated and done in minutes. So just another example here of, where we are seeing Ripple-enabled companies partner up with other companies for these types of business solutions. And these things are working in tandem, and I don't think that is by coincidence. We have a collapsing financial market, but of course, the global elites have to put something into place in order to replace the system that was once there. And so, enter RippleNet, enter all these brand new partnerships. For the companies that have wanted to jump onto RippleNet over the last few years, they are obviously in a very strong position. Some of them are big companies, some of them are medium to big size companies, but they're in a strong position now because they can now eat up, acquire the competition, merge with or buy out the competition. And, we've been seeing a lot of that. We've been seeing a lot of these types of partnerships as well, like the Rocket Fuel thing. So I wanted to thank Matt, Lany, for posting that. Also saw this, guys. Another thing that we should be paying attention to with regards to the Ripple network, or rather the XRP network, from Michael Branch here on Twitter, the amount of unique addresses currently interacting on the network has now exceeded 247,000 in just a 4-hour window. This is the highest spike record since February of 2020. So again, let's not forget, February of 2020, we were seeing the market really start to rally upward. We were kind of getting out of a slump and into a bull market, okay? We saw XRP go from 17 cents all the way to 35 cents in the matter of about a month and a half, give or take. And then, boom, the beer flu shut down. From there, though, markets did rebound, and we saw an upward trajectory for not just XRP, but for all coins. But guys, look at where we are today. We're not really seeing too much activity on the XRP chart. Nevertheless, this is the largest address interaction on the network that happened in just a 4-hour window since February of 2020. It's a huge milestone. Crypto analytics firm Sentiment has just stated, they talked about this being a huge milestone for the XRP network. According to Sentiment's tweet, the amount of unique addresses currently interacting on the network has exceeded 247,000 in just a 4-hour window. And guys, here is the tweet just posted yesterday. XRP network has just hit a huge milestone. The amount of unique addresses currently interacting has exceeded 247,000. And if we just look at the chart here, you guys can see here is where it is. Boy, look at that. So we've seen a few spikes over the last few days, and now this is the largest of them all. What is going on here? Are they testing something? Is this, real world utility starting to kick in? Are they doing it in drips and drabs? Are we going to see this become the norm very soon? All things that make me go, And the timing is also quite interesting as well. And by that, I mean, they were talking about February of 2020. Now, by February of 2020, we did know that the beer flu existed. However, we did not know what we were in for, right? 2 weeks to flatten the curve, right? Everybody remember that? Yet, we did see a whole bunch of XRP address activity back in here, way back before any kind of lockdown, way back before anything was really kind of solidified that this was going to be a huge transformation of anything. I mean, of the world as we know it. Yet, we saw a huge address spike, and let's also not forget, putting this into perspective, this was basically at the end of a bear market, so there was no reason to see this huge spike, other than the fact that, XRP pumped from 17 cents to, to about 35 cents, give or take. Okay, so that's a huge increase, a 100% increase in price. Nevertheless, my thoughts tend to drive in this direction. Could it have been that they were trying to test an XRP influx at this point, before they knew that economies were going to collapse, before they knew that they were going to have to reinstate a new financial system? All things that make you go, It's just a theory, of course, based on wild speculation, but, I thought I'd throw it out there. So we've got that as well. Highest address count in a 4-hour window since February of 2020. And, just going along with this theme here, guys, I wanted to bring you this clip from James Rule XRP. This is an interview with Jimmy Valhil from Valhil Capital. I believe that we are going to have a market event within the next 4 weeks. Now, this was originally posted on July the 24th, 2022, so earlier this week, or rather just this past Sunday, on the Sovereign Soul Show. So the interview went on for about an hour and 41 minutes, but James wanted to bring us this clip. Jimmy Valhil here, guys, and I will link all this in the description of the video, obviously James Rule XRP's tweet, and the entire interview if you want to watch it. And so this is Jimmy Valhil, recently gave a statement of where he could see XRP going. $50,000 per XRP based on, many different factors. If you guys didn't see the video I did on that, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. Well, now he's been interviewed here, and here's what he had to say.
Again, this is just an opinion of a sovereign individual, not a legal opinion. When do you think that that case will come to a close, feel intuitively, and maybe free on the open market again? Again, not a legal opinion.
There's two the summary judgment motions. This will be a case that's decided not by a jury, but it'll be decided by a judge. And so there will be summary judgment motions made by either side where, the facts and the law will not be in dispute, and it'll be up to the judge to decide kind of how it's going to happen. That's all supposed to come together in November. I believe that we're going to have a market event. I don't know what that's going to be, but I believe they're going to have a market event within the next 4 weeks that is going to be so profound that they will have to come to the judge and beg for a resolution.
Even SEC?
Even the SEC, the federal government will basically have to get together and say, we've got to come together on this and get the clarity now, because this event will be so significant. You'll have to have the use of the asset.
So a humongous market event within the next 4 weeks. Now remember, guys, this was just posted last Sunday, just 3 days ago. So now we're looking out to the next 3.5 weeks, give or take. A market event so huge that, and I guess I should have started off by saying, this was in the context with talking about the Ripple XRP lawsuit and, the fact that this is still dragging on and, the fact that we have hit some new milestones. I did a video just on that this morning, which I'll link up here in the top right-hand corner. We have had some new milestones. However, we are still waiting for perhaps an early 2023 verdict. Nevertheless, what Jimmy Valhil is saying here is that this could be expedited based on a huge market event that could happen very, very soon. Now, it's hard to kind of just take one's word for it, But after doing more research, guys, this is something else that I found, posted by Crypto Whale here on Twitter just in. Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee issued a report detailing how China tried to build a network of informants inside the Federal Reserve System. You can't make this stuff up, guys. This is a brand new report from July of 2022. China's threat to the Fed. Chinese influence and information theft at the U.S. Federal Reserve banks. And here is the executive summary. This report reveals a sustained effort by China over more than a decade to gain influence over the Federal Reserve and a failure by the Federal Reserve to combat this threat effectively. China has made no secret of its goal to supplant the U.S. as a global economic leader and end the U.S. dollar status as the world's primary reserve currency. China has been willing to use every tool at their disposal in order to do so. As Federal Bureau of Investigation Director Chris Wray warned, the greatest long-term threat to our nation's information and intellectual property and to our economic vitality is the counterintelligence and economic espionage threat from China. It's a threat to our economic security and by extension to our national security. He underscored that China is engaged in a whole-of-state effort to become the world's only superpower by any means necessary. And so now they are publicly stating here that, the Fed has been compromised by Chinese informants. Given the scale and scope of China's ambitions, it is no surprise that this investigation finds us in familiar territory. Talking about a 2019 investigative report of how a permanent subcommittee on investigations of the Committee of Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs, chaired by Senator Portman, documented how China uses talent recruitment programs, and most prominent of which is the 1,000 Talent Plan, to target science and technology sectors. So looking at science and tech, of course, since blockchain technology has become more prevalent over the years, this is probably where China is focusing their efforts. Talent recruitment plans aim to recruit high-quality overseas talent, primarily from the United States, including academics, scientists, engineers, entrepreneurs, and finance experts. The plans provide monetary benefits and other incentives to lure experts into providing proprietary information or research to China in violation of our laws and conflict of interest rules. China, in turn, exploits American research intellectual property and open collaboration, often U.S. taxpayer funded, for its own economic and military gain. Although the subcommittee's 2019 talent recruitment plan investigation focused on America's science and technology sectors, this investigation reveals that China has also targeted the Federal Reserve to undermine American economic and monetary policy since at least 2013. So guys, the Fed, it is public, has been compromised by Chinese intelligence, specifically stating here that, they want to target the USD as the world's primary reserve currency. Considering the other things that we've been seeing over the last several months now, politicians are falling. India to put in a gold bullion exchange, along with the fact that President Putin, Russia, and other BRICS countries are now looking to change what the world reserve currency is. Is it all part and parcel to where the world is going? And is Jimmy Valley on track? Are we going to see a cataclysmic event that will force the hand of government and give an unprecedented result in court, allowing XRP to be utilized before it is cleared legally? That's just my opinion. Let's keep spitballing. Put your comments down in the comments section, and please subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Guys, I want to try to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2022. Let's see if we can make it happen. So please subscribe. Give a thumbs up, guys. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Hit that bell for notifications. Put your comments down in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next one.